We go to Florida, where the Mets are a perfect 5-0 this season. All right, tough to beat that winning percentage. Top 7 Mets down 4-3 last innings. Miller's first pitch. That's called strike. Doesn't appear pleased with that. Next pitch popped up, way up. Shallow center. Shortstop will take that. He's out, and on the way back, Millage has some choice words for home plate umpire Jim Joyce. Actually, I guess those would be choice words, but they were enough choice words to get Millage. He gets thrown out. He goes so crazy that they bring Ricky Henderson to restore calm and reason to the thing. Bottom 8, Aaron Heilman's warming up, and from the stands, a ball comes out, hits him on the wrist. Now, he stayed in the game and pitched a scoreless 8th, but the Mets player's pointing out who it was. That fella up there, it's the fella, in the Mets jersey. Well, that's sort of cuckoo down there. Game continues. Top 9, Mets down 4-3. Ruben Gotay. And the man on second, grounder to short. They go for the force over their third. Actually, it's a tag play, and he's in under the tag. Carlos Gomez there. So we keep going. 2 batters later, Jose Reyes, bases loaded. Kevin Drake strikes out. Reyes swinging. We got 1 out in the 9th. Next batter, Marlon Anderson. Not a Granderson, but an Anderson. Still very good. That's down. Gomez, Gotay, Sean Green will all score. Anderson, he's going to keep running until he gets to third. He'll be safe over there as well. And the Mets lead by a count of 6-4. Bottom 9, 7-5 Mets. Billy Wagner unavailable. Back spasm. So he should have been out there, just couldn't go. It locked up on him. Jorge Sosa on for the save. First 9th inning save op this season in 24 appearances. Hard grounder to the third by Mike Jacobs. David Wright. He corrals it, throw, not so good. Miguel Cabrera scores. Miguel Cabrera, 7-6 game. Next batter, Cody Roth. What kind of a name is Cody? Big cat to it. See what I did there? Thank you very much. Drops in for fair ball. Pinch runner Reggie Abercrombie slides to third. Ross safe at second. Tying run 90 feet away. We got a big rally going. Next man up, Matt Trainer. Oh, slow roller over there. Grounder to short. Reyes only played first. We're tied as Abercrombie scores 7-7. Let's go extras. Dan Ugla. It's one off the wall to left. Hanley Ramirez scores all the way from first. He is chugging. Marlins are going to win this game by a count of 8-7. Heartbreak for the Mets and Willie Randolph. And this one, he knows the enemy. It's the team he manages. Not so good for Willie.
Fighting the Phils get some unexpected good news with that latest Mets loss. Ryan Howard and the Phils won 6-7 coming in, taking on the Nationals. And Howard, oh yeah, stop and stare. Get out of town in a big way. 41st on the year for the big man. And the Phillies had a 2-0 lead. Tied at 2. Runners in the corners. Ronnie Belliard drives one to deep center. That's over the head of Aaron Rowan. Brian Schneider scores. Felipe Lopez slides and saves as Carlos Ruiz can't handle the short hop and a double for Belliard. And the Nationals trying to hurt Philadelphia's efforts. 2 on for the pinch hitter, Jason Worth. In the top of the 7th of Arnie Munoz. If it's fair, it's gone. No foul ball in sight. Worth 8 RBIs his last 5 games. Phil's down a run. 3 batters later. Chase Utley grounded a Belliard. It's a bad choice to come home. Rollins scores, tied at 6. 2 batters later, 2 on for Pat Burrell. And Burrell strikes out looking. Hey, Pat, what'd you think of that call? Walks right in front of the home plate umpire, Jerry Meals. Nats get out of the inning. Top of the 8th, 2 out, and Rollins comes through. Double down the right field line. The Phillies lead the majors. It's going to be their 47th come-from-behind victory if Brett Myers could preserve the win. And he did. Game over. Phillies win for the 7th time in their last 8 games. So the Phillies win. They head for their own clubhouse, and this was the scene after the game. They're watching the end of that Mets loss. So apparently they got cable in the clubhouse.
Nice.
Not exactly popping champagne, but at least on this particular night, it's all good news for the Vikings. I mean, think about the way those 2 games had gone. It looked for a long time like the Phillies were going to lose a game in the standings. Instead, they gain a game. The pressure remains on the Mets.
Brewers Braves, Milwaukee a chance to inch a half game closer to the idle Cubs in the NL Central. Jeff Suppan struggling mightily lately. Last 3 starts, 0-3, 16 runs allowed. Brian McCann here, pop fly to shallow right field. Joe Dillon, he's running, and he's been tackled. Well, that's unfortunate because this is a baseball game and there's not a lot of self-tackleization here. Takes his eye off the ball, see where he is in relation to the infield, and now we can't find it again. And then, vertigo, and whoop, down he goes. Braves lead 1-0. Bottom 2, Braves, bases Chuck. Chipper Jones singles. So right center, 2 will come home. Braves lead 3-0. Jones 95, 96 RBIs now on the season. Top three, still 3-0 Ricky Weeks. Big hit Wednesday, big home run Wednesday, although the Brewers did not convert. Here, he draws within 3-1, 12th of the year. It's the 216th home run for the Brewers this season, tying a team record set by the 82 squad, the AL champs, Harvey's Wallbangers. Jeff Bennett, former Brewer, making his first career Major League start, gets Weeks, and he gets Dylan. OJB, first win since he was a crew member. The Braves' 5th straight win. That's a season best. 3-1's your final.
How do you get Harvey's Wallbangers into every single Brewer highlight every night? How do you just work them in?
Just, it's a gift. Pirates-Padres, San Diego, a 6-pack of wins. Wednesday, a 2-out walk-off wonder. Bottom three, we're tied at 3. Khalil Green hits one to left field corner. It's going to rattle around there for a while, long enough for Jeff Blum to score. 4-3 Padres. Next batter, Kevin Kuzminoff. Flies one to center. Kevin spent much of his childhood there in San Diego. So, even though he's a Bear fan, there you go. Mike Cameron, Green score. Double for Kuzminoff, 6-3 Padres. Bottom four, same numbers. 2-out Brian Giles this time. Giles, big swinging. Off it goes. All right, Nigel Morgan, who couldn't get to the last one, is on his horse, and he is going to get to this one and a top plate nominee. Look at that guy. Up, up, up. Look out for the bikes. Does all right. Gets up, stays in the game. He's a hockey player. Top 9, 6-3, 2-on, 2-out. Trevor Hoffman in. Matt Cada pops it up. That's going to end the game. Padres bullpen allowed no runs in 3 innings pitched. 6-3. It's the 40th save for Hoffman, the 9th time in his career he's registered 40 saves in a season. So the Padres, who are even in the loss column with the Diamondbacks in the NL West, remain 2.5 games ahead of the Phillies in the wild card race. So the Phillies. All right, we move on. Mariners, Angels. The Halos can trim their magic number to 1. That means they'd at least get a tie for the division title. Howie Kendrick here, singles. Vlad Guerrero, Garrett Anderson score. 4-2 Angels. I don't think Regis ever played for the Mariners or the Angels. Bottom 4, 5-2 Angels. Now we got trouble. Jorge Campio throws at Jeff Mathis at the head. Dana Demuth warns both benches earlier in the frame. Jared Weaver hit Kenji Jojima. So we've got problems. Later in the inning, Vlad Guerrero up, tempers flaring. Campio throws inside, and Guerrero not happy.
We've seen Vladimir Guerrero in these situations where a guy comes up and in, respond with a home run. See how he follows up on 2-0.
All right, so Campio throws another one, and there's Vlad responding with a home run. Guerrero's 26th of the season, and Vlad, as you see, he's going to pose, stare at the mound. I am the All-Star Home Run Derby champion. He was 3 for 4, 2 ribs, and then in the 6th, Campio throws at Guerrero's again. This time, Guerrero's not having any of it. He starts walking out. Dana Demuth, he says, all right, I've warned you guys. You're out, Campio. Guerrero has to be restrained, rightfully so. Both benches clear. No one injured here, except perhaps the Mariners, who lose this one 9-5. Astros Cardinals is one-time NLCS now, just a showcase for September call-ups. And ladies and gentlemen, meet J.R. Tolles. Drills this one down the third base line to drive in 2. He had 1 RBI all season coming into the game. Astros up 2-0. Teammates, they're behind him. You got Tolles, you got Towels, they're ready to go. There, yep, we're not surrendering. That's a white flag in favor, white towel in front of my buddy. Bases loaded, Tolles again. Drives in 2 more. Astros up 4-zip. This is 23-year-old rookie catcher, 20th round pick in 2004. Began the year in Single-A Salem, born in Crosby, Texas. Went to college at North Central Texas. Look at that. More runs. He's got 5 RBIs in this one for Tolles. And then in the 9th, Aaron Miles in for the Cardinals pitching. Yeah, he's an infielder. And he gives up the home run to Tolles, his first major league homer. 8 RBIs in the game. It's a franchise record. The Stros win 18-1. Yep, kids, I hit my first home run off a second baseman. Woo! It's unbelievable. Soccer here as well, by the way. First, though, number 10, Fred. Baseball, Pirates, Padres. Jeff Blum hits it to left. Who's out there on left? Jason Bay, hustling, backhand, sliding catch. That's number 10. Excellent work.
At number 9, college football action. Morgan State, Hampton University, T.J. Mitchell to Jeremy Gilchrist. How about 73 yards to what John Anderson's parents like to call the end zone? Hampton wins 24-17 in overtime. They don't call it the hizzy.
They do not. Here's that soccer I promised. Number 8, Australia, Canada, World Cup.
2, Lisa Nevada lays it off, and Salisbury has done it! Would you believe it?
Game ends 2-2. Australia moves on to the quarterfinals. Canada, hockey season.
Sean Salisbury?
Yes.
Mets and Marlins at number 7. Moises Salou, grounder up the middle. Dan Ugla says, I don't think so. How about Ugla? making the pretty play. And more from Ugly in a bit.
Yes. Number 6, Texas A&M Miami. Giga-Maggies.
Calais Campbell chasing McGee, but you see this thing. Campbell gets clocked with a block, and McGee picks up about 13.
You gotta have your head on a ugly.
Number 3, PGA Turning Stone Resort Championship first round. Jeff Gove, third shot on 18. Rolls onto the green and backspin me, shoots and scores. Gove is 7 under, 65 in round 1.
Eagle point in. Number 2, Dodgers Rockies. Brad Hawk pops up in foul territory. Matt Holliday homer in this game again, by the way. Russell Martin, luckily he's at the friendly dugout. They help him out. Good catch. Rockies win 9-4. There you go.
Yankees and the Blue Jays. Chen-Ming Wang going for his 19th win of the season. Roy Halladay 7-1 in his last 8 starts against the Yankees. Bottom 5 was scoreless. Bombers with 2 aboard. Doug Mankiewicz fly ball into foul territory. Aaron Hill makes the grab. Jorge Posada tagging, heading home, and Hill gets him. Halladay geeked. He tossed 8 scoreless. What about Wang? 10-4 at the stadium this season coming in. Top 7. Jays already up 1-0. With a runner on second, Adam Lind base hit to right. Russ Adams waved home. Bobby Abreu throws home in plenty of time, but Jorge Posada drops the baseball. Toronto up 2-0. Check it out again. Bottom 9, Blue Jays up 4-0. They're on the corners for Alex Rodriguez. Comes in 3 for 29 in his last 8 games. A-Rod steps in and singles up the middle. That'll score Johnny Damon. Rodriguez with a new career high 143 RBI now. And New York's down 4-1. 2 batters later, 2 outs, runners on second and third. It's Jorge Posada. Into the hole. Hill throwing to first. Ooh, Lyle Overbay can't scoop it, and Abreu scores. Halladay, not a happy camper. The next batter is Robinson Cano. He'll face Scott Downs. Cano to the right side. Hill can't get his glove down in time, and A-Rod scores. Halladay is awake for this nightmare as it unfolds. New York is down just 4-3. Next batter with runners on the corners, Jason Giambi. Singles to left. New York scores another run. We're tied at 4, and Halladay, well, quite frankly, he's seen enough. Thank goodness there was a First Supplies house. Top 11, runner on second for Java Chamberlain. And with his father, Harlan, in the house, Chamberlain strikes out Russ Adams. Pops is happy watching his son make his first appearance at Yankee Stadium. We stay tied at 4. Top 14, that's the count. Brian Rooney has to turn and watch it fly off the bat of Greg Zahn. He's the first Toronto catcher to go deep that late in a game. Yankees fall to 16-19 in 1-run games this season. Here's skipper Joe Torre.
All right, so Red Sox Nation at DEFCON 1. Their lead in the East, a game and a half, taking on the D-Rays. But they had their stopper, Josh Beckett, on the bump. Gets Carlos Pena looking. Deanna Navarro going to help you? Nah, just look. Beckett going for his 20th win. 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, 1 run allowed. Got some help from the D. Greg Norton. Pop fly, foul ground. Jacoby Ellsbury, the rookie, a beautiful catch. Filling in for the injured Manny Ramirez. And I think that Manny would have got this. Maybe. Maybe not. Red Sox holding on to a 3-1 lead. Big Papi hit his 32nd home run of the season. Beckett, the first 20-game winner in the majors since '05, and he helped end the losing streak, 8-1 over the D-Rays.
So the Red Sox win and the Yankees lose. Boston moving 2.5 games ahead of New York in the AL East along the way. Saturday, Daisuke takes the hill against the Devil Rays. He's just 1-3 against Tampa Bay this season. Carlos Beltran with 1 aboard. Chuck grounded a third past Miguel Cabrera. David Wright scores. Mets get within 1. A team record 6 errors in the game for Florida. Next batter, Moises Alou. Slow roll up the middle. That's good to extend his hit streak to 25 games. A single-season franchise record for the Mets. We're tied at 3. Bottom 3, that's the count. Pedro Martinez and a bases-loaded jam. First pitch to Miguel Olivo. Good curveball. Next pitch, another curve. And the next pitch, another curve for strike 3. Lots of happy Mets fans in the Sunshine State. Top 4, Mets up 4-3, bases loaded. Beltran to left. Jose Reyes, Luis Castillo score, and the Mets take a 6-3 lead. Bottom 5, Mets up 8-3. Jeremy Hermida. Drive to center. Beltran efforting. Oh no, runs into the wall, stumbles. He would leave the game because of a bruised tendon in his left knee. Game would then be delayed for 2 hours and 21 minutes because of rain. Scott Schoenweiss with the tying run at the plate gets Harita looking. Schoenweiss a 1-2-3 night for his first save. Mets win.
All right, what about the Phillies? They lead the league in comeback wins. Got number 47 Thursday against the Nationals. Bottom of the first, runners at the corners. Adam Eaton hits Willie Mo Pena to load the bases. Pena's like, oh, don't go there. And Eaton's like, oh, I'll go there and I'll build a house there. Next batter, he walks Austin Kearns on 4 pitches. Nats up 1-0. Ryan Howard, there goes a perfectly good baseball. His 42nd home run of the season. He has 100 over the last 2 seasons. That ties it at 1. In the third, Bill's like, you know what, if you're going to lose one, I'm going to lose one too. Throws the ball away. Jimmy Rollins ends up at third. So the Phillies got something cooking. Later in the at-bat, Chase Utley lines it to right. Here comes Rollins, and the Phillies have a 2-1 lead. Next batter, Pat Burrell. Swinging a hot stick recently. His 29th home run of the season. Phillies extend their lead to 4-1. In the 5th, Gimme Jimmy. Jimmy Rollins stating his case for the National League MVP award. His 29th home run of the season. He's a homer away from his first 30-30 season. Later in the inning, Howard again brings in Utley. Phillies win 6-3. So the Mets lead over the Phillies stands at 1.5 as both teams win on Friday. Hosting the Pirates, 3rd inning. Ronnie Paulino,
like he always does.
runner in scoring position, singles off Jason Marquis. Jose Bautista scores to tie it at 5. Next batter, Cesar Izturis. That dog will hunt. Paulino scores as it's a triple for Izturis. 6-5 Buccos. Marquis was good and terrible. Pinella says, all right, that's it. 6 runs in less than 3 innings for Marquis. Look at the pitcher, Paul Mahala, bunting it over the head of Will Omen. Izturis scores it at 7-5 Pirates. Bottom 3 bags full. And you see just 1 out. Mark DeRosa strikes out, and Ronnie Paulino's like, all right, let's go to the dugout. No. Oh, there's only 2 outs. It's all right. No harm done. But it sure was funny. Well, nothing funny about that. Frankelos Osorio, wild pitch. Craig Monroe scores. We're tied at 7. Still tied at 7 in the 6th. The Ramos Ramirez comes up. Put that where? Back there. Second 3-run homer of the game. 6 RBIs, 1 off his career high. Cubs go on to win 13-8.
Game and a half of Chicago Central lead. Carlos Villanueva up to the task. Bottom 2? Ooh. Maybe not. Mark Teixeira deep and gone. 456 feet away. His 14th jack of the season for Atlanta, and the Braves are up 1-0. In the 8th inning, Tim Hudson dealing, and J.J. Hardy drives the ball to deep left. Matt Diaz! Oh, gorgeous. It's a top play nominee and worth another look. Diaz making the grab, running into the wall. Next batter, Ryan Braun. Broken bat base hit to short center. That's effective. And sets up your next batter, Prince Fielder. NL MVP candidate, base hit up the middle. Runners on first and second for Corey Hart. Hart comes through with his first 3-hit game for the first time in more than 3 weeks. He's batting .310, 73 RBI. And thanks to Hart, we're tied at 1 after an intentional walk to load the bases. Hudson is pulled. Ron Mejia in, facing pinch hitter Joe Dillon. It's a 2-0 count. Mejia. Fastball off the outside corner. Next pitch, called ball 4. Fielder scores, and Bobby Cox comes out to argue balls and strikes. He's ejected for the 10th time this season. Brewers' 2-game slide is over. Milwaukee wins 4-1. So the Cubs and Brewers both win, so everything remains the same. Chicago's still a game and a half up in the NL Central.
And D-backs, Dodgers leading the National League West. Tony Clark batting in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 men already out. Pop fly, foul ground. Nomar Garciaparra appeared that he got called off by Tony Abreu, or A-Rod snuck into the stadium and said, look out. So Clark has another chance. And he must be a fan of Gwen Stefani because he left no doubt. You know, sometimes the home run catchphrase just needs some tweaking there. So we're tied at 3 when Livan Hernandez makes it 4-3 with a base knock to right. Next batter, Chris Young. The rookie with his 31st home run of the season. That ties him with Milwaukee's Ryan Braun for most among rookies, 6'3" D-backs. They scored 4 times in this inning. Jeff Cirillo, base knock. That brings in another run. D-backs go up 7-3. They would eventually lead 10-3. Pretty nice moment here. Former D-back Luis Gonzalez. Bad hop single there. Career hit number 2,500. Gets a nice hand from the fans there in Arizona. D-backs get the win 12-3. Dodgers fading fast, fading out of contention. They lose again.
All right, Rockies and the Padres. Jake Peavy and wildcard leading San Diego, putting their season-high 7-game win streak on the line. Lots of pressure. Remember, the Phillies won. We showed you that earlier. Top 1, Peavy gets Troy Tulowitzki. Next batter, Matt Holliday takes a seat. Top 2, Garrett Atkins gets rung up. Peavy dialed in. Top 7, Rockies get something together. Todd Helton singles to left. Holliday advancing to second on the play. 2 batters later, we've got runners on the corners for Brad Hop. And Hop singles to right. Holliday scores. Colorado strikes first, up 1-0. Bottom 7, that's the count with a runner on second. Brian Fuentes on the bump. Pinch hitter Morgan Ensberg at the dish, and Ensberg goes down swinging to end the inning. Rockies out of the jam. Starter Franklin Morales liking what he sees. Bottom 9, Manny Corpus into close. First pitch, Adrian Gonzalez. Obvious rapport between bat and ball, his 27th of the season, and we're tied at a run apiece. Padres heading into their 19th extra innings games this season. Rockies and ML Best 20th. Top 12, Doug Bokel gets Ian Stewart to go down swinging for out number 2. Next batter, Ryan Spielsborgs. Grounded to second. Oscar Robles knocks it down, quickly throws home. Hop caught in a rundown between third and home. He's tagged out to end the inning. Oh, what a disaster on the base paths. Padres get out of the jam. Bottom 12 with a runner on second and third. Ryan Giles robbed by Troy Tulowitzki. We stay tied. Top 14, Hop steps in, thinking redemption. Yeah, redeem this. Off Joe Thatcher, his 27th of the season. Rockies clinch their first winning season since 2000 with their 6th straight victory. So the Rockies get a huge win to move 3.5 behind the Padres in the wild card race. They'll need Indians. Cleveland's magic number down to 3 coming in. Fausto Carmona up to the task. Dialed in, top 1. He rings up Jack Cust. 3rd inning, Mark Ellis steps in and takes a seat. In the 4th, Kurt Suzuki gets nothing. Next batter, Jeff Devannon goes down looking. Cy Young candidate gunning to win his 18th game. Devannon goes down again. Carmona, 6 innings, 1 earned, 7 Ks. And here comes the run support. Bottom 6, Ryan Garco abusing the Joe Blanton offering. His 20th jack of the season, his first 20-homer season career. Indians up 2-1. In the 9th, Joe Borowski gets Cuss with a man on to end it. Major League best 43 saves. Tribe win 4-3. So raise your hand if you thought the Indians would have the best record in baseball entering September 22nd, right? The best Friday had to offer. We're on the ice. Number 10, Devils Rangers. Jeff's forward, Zach Parisi. Great move through few defenders. Shoots and scores. Rangers win, though.
At number 9, Dodgers and D-backs. James Loney, a tremendous catch, robbing Stephen Drew. Arizona cruises to the 12-3 win, but look at that. He must practice at least 15
to 21.
With the Astros comfortably out of playoff contention, they're suddenly catching fire. Lance Berkman, 7th straight season that he has homered on September 21st. Astros win 6-3 over the Cardinals.
Number 6, Brewers Braves. Craig Counsell hard grounded to first. Mark Teixeira, diving stop, gets up to tag the bag for the out. More from this game in just a bit. Great effort from Teixeira.
At number 5, Aramis Ramirez gets a face full of fence as well.
Number 2, White Sox Twins. Paul Konerko hard grounded to third. Nick Punto, awesome. That is worth another look. White Sox get the victory 6-4.